of Change News.
A very good afternoon. This is Voice of Change Radio News. I'm Amanda Kumalo. Thank you for joining us. A look at the leading stories. Empowerment of the girl child crucial to national development. Tourism sector rebounds. In business news, Zim potentially sitting on 5 billion oil barrels. In regional and international news, Lagos Food Bank provides vulnerable citizens with food packs. In sports, platinum in giant step towards glory. The news in detail. The European Union delegation to Zimbabwe and UNICEF Zimbabwe have called for continued investment towards the education and empowerment of young girls as they play a crucial role in the development of the country. This comes as Zimbabwe today joins the world in celebrating International Day of the Girl Child. Girls continue to confront countless challenges to fulfill their full potential, the agency said in a statement. In line with the Zimbabwe Constitution and under the theme of leaving no one and no place behind, the National Development Strategy NDS-1 prioritizes gender equality and women empowerment. In this context, Zimbabwe has recently adopted the Marriages Act, which forbids the marriage of children under the age of 18, and the government has rolled out the successful Spotlight Initiative program to protect girls and young women against sexual abuse and exploitation with the support of the European Union and the United Nations system. Zimbabwe's tourism sector is on an exceptional growth trajectory with visitors to the country's premier tourist resort, Victoria Falls, outpacing the city's capacity to accommodate them, President Mnangagwa has said. This is despite the fact that more hotels have been built in Victoria Falls since the advent of the Second Republic, which has taken deliberate steps to reconstruct the key economic sector. Lured by the peaceful environment, tourists are teeming to Zimbabwe and in the process rejuvenating the sector that only a few months ago was being ravaged by the COVID-19 pandemic, which among other setbacks curtailed both domestic and international travel. As the nation draws nearer to the 2023 harmonized elections, a call has been made to the media to relay messages that promote peace and de-escalate possible aggressive situations. The call was made by Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services Minister Monica Muchangwa in Kadoma during a 2-day media and elections reporting workshop organized by the Zimbabwe Institute. She reaffirmed the Second Republic's commitment for all political parties to get fair and universal coverage from the public media. Representatives of ZANU-PF, CCC and MDC alliance parties, state and private media organizations, Zimbabwe Electoral Commission and Zimbabwe Gender Commission were at the workshop, whose objective is to find common ground for the media and political parties towards peaceful elections. A look at business news. Zimbabwe could be sitting on at least 5.5 billion barrels of oil equivalent, according to latest independent professional estimates of Australian firm Invictus Energy's oil and gas prospective assets in the northern province of Mashonaland Central. Invictus resource estimates have meaningfully bolstered prospects of potential discovery of oil or gas from its Mbire and Mzarabani region assets and placed Zimbabwe at par with East Africa prior to successful discoveries in Uganda and Kenya. In regional and international news, Nigeria, Africa's largest economy, is grappling with rising food prices, thus affecting the living standards of people. According to the World Bank, inflation was likely to push an additional 1 million Nigerians into poverty by the end of 2022. Various groups have come up with initiatives to help poverty-stricken families. One of such initiatives is the Lagos Food Bank Initiative, led by Michael Sanbola. And finally, in sports, one more win and FC Platinum will be officially crowned the Kasolaga Premier Soccer League champions for the 4th season running. The Platinum Miners took a giant step towards their destiny when they beat Terentials 1-0 at Mandala on Saturday. In form forward, Walter Msona scored the only goal of the match, which could have seen them wrapping up the title contest at the weekend with 4 games remaining. But they were made to wait a little bit longer before popping the champagne bottles following the win by Dynamo's over baseman side Wawa 1-0 at the National Sports Stadium on Sunday. Still, the Platinum Miners are 11 points ahead of Dynamos with 4 games to play in the season. That ends this news bulletin.
Voice of Change News.